Well, homeowner insurance varies by state and across the country, and rates, as you probably know, are going up. Experts project the average premium in the U.S. will increase 8% from last year.
Now, that's without a major hurricane landfall this past season. With the lack of storm activity, why aren't we really seeing a break in premiums? Let's ask our next guest. Joining us now, Fox Business Network contributor Phil Flynn is joining us this morning. Thanks for hanging out with us here, Phil. You know, insurance companies haven't had to pay out this year for hurricane damage. Does that mean home and business owners will start to see relief on their insurance premiums or no?
The answer is yes and no. To be honest with you, I think if you look at the insurance, the trends are up because inflation continues to go high. So those premiums keep going up. But let's face it, whatever you guys are doing to make those hurricanes kind of boomerang off land, keep it up, because that's already causing, prices to go down. In fact, we're hearing some reports, some commercial lenders are seeing their rates drop. So what I would tell you is right now might be the best time to lock in premiums for next year, because if we can get through the next month without major storms, you're going to probably get some bargains before prices start edging up next year.
Oh, that's a great point. I didn't think about that. So really, when you reevaluate what's going on, maybe this is the time to take a look at that. What about the insurance companies themselves? Do you think they'll reevaluate the risk models or some of the policy options?
Absolutely, they do. So much weather is so much a part of their business, because it's the difference between these companies actually making a profit or making a loss. And the increase in the dramatic storms that we've seen the last recent years has caused many insurance companies just to throw up their hands and say, we quit, we can't take these risks. But if these risks start to moderate a little bit, insurance companies will start coming back into those areas, and you'll see competition and prices start to come back down. So there is some hope, if we can keep the weather at bay, for a couple of calm seasons.
Yeah, definitely. And, obviously this has been a little bit of a different hurricane season for a lot of us. There's a lot of lessons that can be learned in any hurricane season. But what can both insurers and customers take away from a calmer hurricane year?
Well, I think, from a calmer insurance year or hurricane year, the buyers of insurance should start shopping around now, because we know that premiums are probably going to go up next year. But at the end of the year, there's a lot of insurers that are trying to finish out their year with selling more policies. So start shopping around. And on the flip side of that, if you're kind of used to paying a higher insurance premium right now, instead of trying to look for a big break in price, shop around for more riders and more protection. So for example, if you had hurricane insurance, but you didn't have flood insurance because you couldn't afford it, now may be the time to start looking for that extra insurance. Or if you want those fancy, hurricane resistant windows, now's the time to shop. End of season, because once the season's over, that's when they start to go on sale.
Yeah, and hopefully you won't have to wait too long either. You know what? Let's talk, Phil. I want to ask you this question, because hurricanes aren't the only natural disasters raising rates. California is seeing home insurance go up, especially after the wildfires. They also have to be concerned with flooding, especially once we get through a wildfire. Other states are following suit and adjusting rates each year to match the increase in weather activity. What do you think about that?
I think that's what insurance companies do, right?
Yeah.
It's always a risk versus, profit potential investment for them, right? And so they're always looking at these risks. So they look at these areas, see the weather patterns, and the rates are adjusted by basically how much they had to pay out the year before and what they expect to pay out the next year. But at the same time, they look at the states and the politics, and who you vote for can matter. And if you have a government that really isn't taking care of the forest or not really paying attention to the risks that insurance companies have to take, that's something they take into account as well. So think of that when you vote. You can't control the weather, but you might be able to control your vote.
Yeah, definitely. And, Phil, we always love having you on here. Thank you so much for your expertise on all this, all these great tips, of course, as well. Phil Flynn, again, thank you for joining us and always taking the time to hang out.
Thanks, guys. I had a great time.